Thank you for joining Dana's Daily Doodles, and I'm sitting outside and I wanted to clarify something in this video that has the homemade waffle, and we are making a pancake mix into a batter, and I didn't really clarify the ratios of the mix to the water. So it already has the milk product in it, so we're going to do, it came out 2 cups to 1 cup. So 2 cups of the mix to the 1 cup of water, and vigorously whip that to get it fluffy. If you don't want it quite as fluffy, don't mix it so much. And if you let it sit for about a minute, you'll notice that it puffs up, and then pour it into your waffle maker. Turned out excellent. So this will show you that sometimes you do have to add a little bit more mix in, and then sometimes you have to add a little bit more water in. Check your consistency and make sure that you're happy with it. So have a great Sunday. It's beautiful outside here in California. The perfect fluffy waffle. Start out with your waffle maker. I picked this one up at a local thrift store and it really works nice. So always preheat, and I put it on this cutting board because you got to be really careful. It does get hot underneath. So what you want to do right as it's just kind of heating up is always spray it with a little bit of a non-stick, whatever you have. I just happen to have the canola, and I am going to be purchasing a self-sprayer that I will fill with my own olive oil. That will save a lot of money instead of buying those all the time. So let's let this warm up. So what I use is a everyday pancake waffle mix, and keep it in this piece because it keeps it fresh and it keeps any critters out or whatever. You never know, right? So it keeps it fresh. And then I have my glass container. And then what I do is I also add in this popular protein mix, and it is found everywhere next to just the everyday pancake mix. And this protein mix is just good. So I do 3/4 of a cup of the protein mix and about a half a cup of the other, and then that way you're getting a little bit more protein in your waffle or your pancake. And if you have one, which I don't today, you can use a really soft banana, mash that in, and we can do that at a later video. So welcome to Dana's Daily Doodles, and today we're just going to do a quick semi-protein pancake, but this one's going to be a waffle. So the mix is the same, either pancake or waffle. And I'm just going to mix this up, and I will show you here. So what I do is I just kind of eye it, but if you want specifics, let's make sure it comes to about 1 cup. So this, I think, is a 1 cup. So we'll do 3/4 cup of just the pancake mix, and then we're going to do 3/4 cup of the protein. So that should give us almost just about 2 cups. And then the best thing to use is just your fork. So I know just pouring in about a cup of milk, cup of water, excuse me. It already has this milk products in it. So whipping this, get most of the lumps out. So it will need just a little bit more. So let's go with the protein powder. I'm just going to put a little bit more in. I can eye it. Making a little mess here, but that's part of cooking. Okay, so that's already looking good. So let's go with 2 cups of your pancake waffle and a little over a cup of water. And then it kind of fluffs up. So go ahead and mix vigorously with your fork. It makes a lot of noise because you've got to get it mixed. Okay, so see, that consistency is good. Now I have a mess, so let's put this back over here, clean up, and we'll go put the waffle on. Okay, so we're going to make sure that this is ready, green light ready, and we already sprayed it as I showed at the first part. So we're just going to fill up each little section here. And again, approximately 2 cups of your waffle or pancake mix. Let's smooth it around a little bit. And a cup of water. And then add either one as you go to get the consistency you want. Not too thin, or the waffle will not completely come out. So it should look about like that. And it's fun to try different blueberries, raspberries, and strawberries to put on top. I don't have any today, and I already ate a couple of plums that came from my neighbor's tree down the street that she gladly shares with everyone, so I got that. But I do have some apples I will probably cut up and have that on the top. I can show you a quick way to make a cinnamon apple really easy. So let's let this cook. So while that's cooking, what I decided to do was add in the rest of just my everyday pancake waffle mixture into this bowl. And then I'm going to add this package of the protein pancake waffle mixture. And I'm going to mix these 2 up, get this one out of this little bag. So this will be then incorporated together, which will make for a much better, easy access waffle or pancake for when I use it again. And then after I get this mixed up, I'm going to store it back in my container. So these are simple ways of getting a little bit more of nutrition and a little bit more protein in your diet. And like I said, we'll explore mashing a banana into it next time, and I'll show you how nice it comes out. And if you are watching your sugars, check your syrup, maple syrup, or whatever your choice is, and you can get a lower sugar maple syrup. You can also just get 100% maple syrup, which I have, but it all is sugar, derived from sugar. So if you're being careful with that, you want to probably choose something that says low sugar. And sometimes if you just want a little bit of butter on it and jelly, a nice jam, a jam would be nice. Okay, so I have everything put together in this container. I got this container when I was in my early 20s. My kids were really young, and I worked for this one company. I'm sure you can guess who that was. And I just love these pieces, so I try and use them, and I'm really enjoying them. So now, with this being all together and mixed up, it's a perfect grab next time. And what I do is I not only label it, put anything you want on there, even your directions, I keep this little 1 cup in here, and it's so convenient. It makes it kind of fun. And I got that for, I think, 5 cents at the thrift store, that little cup, a long time ago. When you find something, just come home and wash it thoroughly and spray disinfectant on it. rinse it real good and enjoy. Okay, let's check our waffle. So go ahead and cut up and peel a few apples while we wait for the waffle to finish. And if you want to follow along, I'm just gonna peel these. I washed them, and I'll probably do a real quick rinse when I'm all done. So we're gonna get these little tiny ones because they're local, and I just have my little garbage bowl here. Throw that away. So what I'm gonna do is just throw them in a tiny bit of water, you know, in a bowl, microwave safe, a little tab of butter, and a little bit of cinnamon, and a little tiny bit of some other type of seasoning. Get these little brown marks off, and I'll show you how delicious they come out. So let's get these finished. Okay, so once you have your apples cut up and prepped, and you've kind of checked them and rinsed them, a little bit of water, a couple tablespoons, a little bit of a ground cinnamon, your preference, how much you want. I don't like a ton. And with this part, we're talking just a little bit. We talked about sugar, so be careful. Just sprinkle a little bit over them. See how tiny that spoon is? Then what we're going to do is put a tap of butter. About like that. We're going to cover this up. You can use saran wrap or just put a bowl on top and microwave it for 1.5 minutes and check it. Let's try in one. Isn't that the cutest little thing? Off the tree. Okay, I have a little bit of the maple syrup here that I use. Beautiful. Where did that apple go? I'm just on my journey, so I'm trying to do this the best that I can for you. But doesn't that look good? The apples are so yummy. Just take them out or keep them in if you want. Let's check on this last one. See how it heats? That's why I put it on this. Looking good. A couple more minutes. Thank you for joining me this morning. I hope you enjoyed. Have a great Sunday.